two words come to mind for me. It's adaptability and then innovation. Innovation, people overuse it today in terms of organizations, but I say in the self point of reinventing yourself and always thinking about how your skills and abilities and capabilities, competencies can evolve with an organization or a new opportunity. And I think that adaptability as well as innovation, being able to reinvent yourself is really key to being successful in your journeys as you talk, kind of going forward around social media, technology, et cetera. Just being able to evolve yourself in a way that's meaningful and influential.
Is there something about, say, minority business people, say, entering the workforce that gives them a disadvantage or an advantage in that regard? Are they different, or is that
I just think
particularly
this,
important?
well, from a millennial standpoint, and even minority standpoint, just the access and the immediacy of everything today, where innovation is key overall, but being able to utilize technology and other things to really advance yourself, you can really do a lot of easy things there and help or allow people to help you along that journey as well. I just think it's something that's so immediate right now that you have to take hold of reinventing yourself all the time.
Super.
So I would look for things like critical thinking skills and the ability to ideate and formulate that idea and shape it, and the confidence to be able to share that. And paired up with that, the humility and the ability to include others' ideas and thoughts into it. So putting those two things together, you've got to have sort of a straw man poll. You have to come up with some idea and be able to present it well. For that, you need to have thought through it. You need to figure out who the audience is, who's receiving it, and you present it. Then you have to be open-minded enough to be able to welcome other people's input into it, and humble enough to know that if there are interesting, important variations to your thought, that you incorporate that into the idea, where you don't need to have it be your idea that wins every time. Those are the traits I look for.
The best advice I ever heard on this was from Warren Buffett, who said, when I interview people, I look for intelligence, I look for energy, and I look for integrity. And of the three, integrity is the most important, because without integrity, the other two can destroy a company. Now, integrity, in my view, should be writ large. It means the kind of broad sense of humanity. It means an understanding of people, a certain kind of empathy and empathetic capabilities. It means certainly adherence to values, the kind of humility that Subha just referred to. So I think that's as usual, Warren Buffett's pretty close to right.
So when I mentor Asian American professionals in particular, I focus on emotional intelligence. And the reason I do that is I back up and I think about the stereotypes that people have about East Asians. And there is a prevalent stereotype that East Asian Americans are very technically competent, but don't have the soft leadership skills needed to rise to leadership levels, which is why, in my field, health and medicine, we have a lot of Asian physicians, but very few in leadership. Same thing in Silicon Valley, a lot of Asian programmers and technical people, but not very many managers and leaders. And so, because of stereotypes for the East Asian Americans, again, that we're technically competent, but don't have the soft skills. And so I asked them to focus on emotional intelligence, things like self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation beyond status and money, empathy, social skills, etc. Because those things you need to focus on because you need to counter the stereotypes that people have of you. And I think that's really important, especially for Asian Americans to rise among the leadership ranks.